What's up, everybody? Marissa V. Grayson here. For those of you who don't know me, I am a child custody and family law attorney, mediator, and co-parent coach, also known as America's Blended Family Expert. And today, I am coming on to talk to you guys about co-parenting, specifically co-parenting during the holidays. We are in the midst of the holiday season. Thanksgiving just passed. Christmas is coming up. A lot of other holidays and celebrations are coming up. The new year is coming up. And this is typically the busiest time for both my law firms and my co-parent coaching practice, because a lot of times people who are in divided and blended families have a very difficult time working through what's going to happen during the holiday season, whether it be who's going to have the kids, when the exchanges are going to take place, where they're going to take place, who's going to do what, who's buying this, who's buying that, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to come on and give you guys a couple of tips to help make this holiday season as easy as possible. I know that for a lot of you, it's not going to be easy either way it goes, but hopefully this could at least relieve a little bit of your stress and help you, get to a place where you can at least be at peace with what's about to happen for the holiday season. So first and foremost, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they don't realize that their holiday schedule or holiday court orders override your actual parenting schedule. So though on a typical week you may have the children on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or every other weekend, or whatever the case is, the holiday schedule, for the most part, in most cases, will override that schedule. So even though your normal day may be Tuesday, if Christmas falls on a Tuesday this year, then that means if it's the other parent's year to have Christmas, then that holiday is their holiday this year. So you don't get that Tuesday. So that's one thing that you have to understand, that in most cases, the holiday schedule overrides the normal schedule. So you want to look back, review your holiday schedule, and figure out who's supposed to have the children when during the holiday season. Now, if you don't have a holiday schedule in place, obviously this year is probably a little bit too late, to try to come up with some kind of holiday schedule as far as getting a court order. But it's not too late to try to work it out with you and the other parent. So if you don't have a holiday schedule in place, my suggestion for you would be to try to split the holidays this year. And after you split the holiday this year, try to work on getting a more formalized holiday schedule so that you and your child's other parent don't have to worry about who's going to do what during what years and all of that stuff moving forward. But if possible, see if you can split the holidays this year. That means one of you gets the morning to the early afternoon, and then the other gets the afternoon until the evening. Or maybe one of you gets the eve of the holiday and the other gets the actual day. So for example, one gets Christmas Eve, one gets Christmas Day, then one will get New Year's Eve, one will get New Year's Day. Or you can always say whoever gets Christmas this year, the other parent gets New Year's, or whatever holiday it is that you observe and you celebrate. Make sure that you find a way to work it out this year as soon as possible, just to make sure that there is as little confusion as possible. Now, one thing that I want you guys to not do is do not place the burden on your children to decide who they are going to spend their holiday with. This is not only very, very stressful for the children, but it's not fair to them. They don't want to have to choose between one household and the other, between one parent and their family and another parent and their family. It's just not something that you need to place on the table for your children to do. Now, if you and your child's other parent want that to be, the decision-making factor, and you're not going to hold them accountable, or you're not going to make them feel bad about choosing the other parent, then by all means, if that's going to work for your family, then it will, and just do that. But for most families, that's not going to work, and it's really just going to create an additional wedge that your children have to deal with, because now they have to figure out, okay, whose feelings am I not going to hurt this year? Because if I say I want to go with daddy, then my mommy's going to be really, really hurt, or vice versa. Or if they know that one parent is more chill than the other, then they're going to pick the parent that they may not necessarily want to be with out of the caution of not having to be involved in drama. You know what I'm saying? So try to not even put that burden on them and just make a decision with your child's other parent. Another thing that you should definitely consider is the importance of cooperation and compromise. Specifically, if you don't have any court orders, or even if you do, it is not going to hurt you if you have to change the exchange time from 12 p.m. to 12:30 or from 12 to 1 or whatever the case may be. You need to be open and understand that, it's the holiday season. Flights get delayed, trains get delayed, buses get delayed, whatever the case may be. You may be at a holiday dinner and you're supposed to do your exchange at 5, but you got caught up at the dinner, so now the exchange needs to take place at 6:30. Like, just be flexible. Try to be as flexible as possible, again, for your children, so that they don't have to deal with the calling of the police and, oh, they're 15, 20 minutes late. They were supposed to be here at 5:15 and now they're here at 5:45. All of that stuff is just the minutia that should not play that important of a role, unless it's something like the other parent is just intentionally trying to interfere with your holiday, which does happen sometimes. But for the most part, put your compromising hat on. I know that it's difficult. I know you don't want to. I know that he or she stole your holiday last year, so now you want all of the holidays this year, whatever the case may be. But for your children's sake, this is not about you, so make sure that you put your compromising hat on. Another thing that you guys should make sure that you consider is the family tradition. Now, I know that when the two of you were together, if you were ever together, if your children have seen you together, then they have observed what your family traditions are. If you and your child's other parent have a tradition like that, where you travel or you spend it with, a certain family on a certain day, or if you go to a certain family's house, or whatever it is that you do, if you go skiing every year for Christmas, don't decide unilaterally that you're going to take that tradition away from your children just because of the fact that you and the child's other parent are no longer together. So that means that some years you may have to give up the entire Christmas day so that the children can go and spend that entire Christmas day, skiing or whatever you do with their other parent, if that's something that they're used to. They are already having to adjust to so many different things going on due to you and their other parent no longer being in a relationship, no longer living in the same household. So the one thing that you don't want to do is take away the things that are stable, that are routine and tradition for them, that they love. Because, for the most part, children love to be with both of their parents and the extended families. So why take that away from them if that's something that they enjoy? Another thing I want you guys to do is make sure that you're considerate. When you're making your plans this year, you need to think about the fact that you do have to do the exchange, that the other parent may want time, and you need to consider the fact that, yes, they want to be able to spend time with their children and do the different things and activities that they've planned as well. So try to plan out as much of your day or as much of your time with your children as possible so that can avoid confusion. Communicate. I know, very, very difficult thing to do. Communicate, please, with your child's other parent. Let them know what your plans are. Let them know, what you propose the schedule be for this year, specifically if you don't already have a schedule, and just try to work with them and be considerate of their feelings. Don't try to take the whole Christmas day if you know that the other parent celebrates Christmas. Or don't try to take the Christmas day if you know you don't celebrate Christmas. Why would you want to force your children to miss out on their Christmas celebration with their other parent just because you want them to be with you because that's your time? That's not fair to your kids. So these are the types of things that you have to consider when you're co-parenting and when you're no longer with the child's other parent. Consider the way that your children will feel. Consider the way the other parent will feel. Yeah, big thought, right? The idea that you need to do that. But it's something that you definitely need to do. Finally, one additional thing that I would suggest is, as a nice gesture for both your children and your child's other parent, allow your child to buy a gift for their other parent. Take them to the store, help them pick it out, purchase it for them, wrap it up nice for them so that they have something to share with the other parent. It doesn't have to be from you. You don't have to sign it. Just, that's an experience that your children will learn a few things from. First and foremost, they'll learn that you're an adult and you know how to set your animosity and your drama and your anger and whatever else aside so that they can have a decent holiday. 2, it's showing the other parent that you're an adult and that despite however you may feel, you're putting your children's interests first, and you want to make sure that your children are able to enjoy the holiday season with their other parent. So you want them to be able to enjoy the experience of picking out a gift and delivering it to their parent, or whatever the case may be, a gift, a card, some chocolates, whatever your traditions are, whatever your, religious requirements are. These are the types of things that you should definitely consider when it comes to the holiday season. And again, it's just a nice gesture that shows everyone that you are trying to be the bigger person and that you are putting your children first. So if you have any questions, feel free to make sure you drop your comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time.